This week is Disability Awareness Week, and the Student Disability Services here at Texas Tech are hosting events all week long. Today we're at one of those events where the guest speaker is George Stern, a senior journalism student. Here's a glimpse into his life.
George said he learned the entire 1,839 acres of Texas Tech by starting at Holden Hall and spiraling off from there with his guide dog, Vale.
The easiest way to learn a campus like this is really piecemeal. You go with the pieces you need to know, and then as you need to know more, you learn more. Right? You could try and memorize a whole campus, but what point?
On a typical day, he wakes up at 2 or 3 in the morning to begin reading some kind of book and then read news on the National Public Radio website. George loves reading NPR for different story ideas, and around 5 a.m. he feeds Vale and his morning continues.
Usually go outside and exercise if it's not too cold. Then decide if breakfast is worth eating.
After, he reads more NPR and gets ready for a day of school where, depending on the day, he usually has his guitar and plays in between classes.
I'll finish, go home, look at NPR some more.
NPR fascinates him, and it is his dream job to work for them as a radio journalist. He loves journalism because you can tell stories.
I like hearing stories, telling stories, sharing stories, making up stories, persuading people to pay attention to other people's stories. And I like to check out how people process stories, not just information, but how they actually process stories, how to decide what to believe, what not to believe, whom to believe, whom not to believe.
He has high hopes of being a teacher in the future because he loves to shape people.
Presentation, being able to present a subject in a way that it grabs people's attention, makes them think.
He's also fond of learning different languages and wants to one day speak 8 different languages fluently because he has a desire to connect with others.
Again, connection. The more languages that you know, the more connections are apparent.
Reporting with Texas Tech, Natalie Morales.